Greetings and salutations everybody, this is of course your guy LL here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Limewire token sale, and we're going to be going through their white paper and also assessing whatever, is this a good investment or not. Now the public sale is going to be happening on May 2nd, so that is exactly 1 week away, so you have until then to basically complete the KYC in order to enter this sale. There doesn't seem to be any regional restrictions, so whatever you're from, Asia, Europe, or America, you are able to participate on this sale. There has been a lot of these sales recently, for example, SUI, which prevented Americans to basically investing. Now, they also do have an airdrop going on. I'm going to leave my link down below, and basically the top 4,000 people who are inviting people into this thing are basically going to be awarded in the Limewire tokens, and the first prize actually gets 30k, which is actually kind of huge, but that's really hard to achieve. But it's actually realistic to get into top 4,000. I think you need around 20 people to refer, maybe 25 to actually get to the rank 4,000. But let's kind of assess this thing. And the sale is, by the way, 2 different ways to basically participate on this. So if you are from America, you can go through Republic, which we have talked about in the past, and you can also buy directly from their website for non-Americans, and you have the ability to basically use crypto for payments, and on Republic you also have credit cards. So there's a lot of options here to basically buy into this. Now, people who are Zoomers and not really from my millennial generation may not remember the Limewire software, which was basically the peer-to-peer torrenting software of sorts, and it was mostly used to basically download music. Yeah, there were some movies and porn, and I remember getting South Park episodes from there, and there was a lot of like malware and stuff like that, and obviously they had a bit of a shaky relationship with a lot of these artists and stuff like that, and so was Napster and all these types of things, and they shut down, I believe, in 2010, and then last year they kind of re-released their platform. They had sale for their NFTs, which I did feature on the channel at some point, and I actually did a good flip on those NFTs as well. And yeah, so they're going to be launching now like a totally completely new platform. We're going to be assessing kind of on what exactly they're going to be doing with that. And obviously, what is really important here is kind of like this sort of a brand value that Limewire is associated with. There is like a level of nostalgia there, and obviously, like many people know, at least from my generation, know what Limewire is. Like it has like that sort of brand recognition, and that can work really into their favor. Now, who are people kind of involved in this? So you have some big things here, for example, like Arrington Capital. We have Kraken here, and they have already said that they're going to be listing in 3 top 10 exchanges. And I believe that it's going to be Kraken, probably KuCoin, Binance, and Coinbase maybe. Or Binance and Coinbase might jump in a bit later on. But Kraken is probably one of the 3 big ones they're going to be doing with. And then you have like Swissborg, which we have reviewed on the channel before, kind of like them. And one of those CeFi projects, which by the way didn't collapse, so congratulations to them. And then we have Crypto.com and Deadmau5, which is a very known EDM artist, and he has been, you know, involved with Wax, and he has been involved with a lot of crypto stuff, which is cool. So, and he, you know, he streams on Twitch about like music editing and sometimes games too. So, seems to be a really cool guy. And well, there's really not much else to talk about here on this page. So we're actually going to be jumping straight up into the white paper now. Here we go. So this is like, I don't know how many pages we have. We're not going to be going every single page, like 25 pages, which is a pretty average for white papers, which is good. So there's actual context here, meat and bones about like the tokenomics and what exactly they're building. So there's a bit of an introduction, like they talked about like early 2000s when they launched, and you know they were like a big thing back then, and you know talking about when they closed down, and then they, you know, every white paper has always like what are these current problems, you know, and they talk about like these membership based platforms, which I think we should probably start by here. So what they are basically building out is a platform for creators to basically allow subscription-based content and pay-per-view. So obviously there is already a multitude of like big music people involved, like Warner Warner Music is going to be, all the artists are going to be like in Limewire, like they are partnered with them. So a lot of their music's probably going to be in this platform. So basically, it's kind of aiming for music niche, but it can be other people. Like I could create certain content which are going to be behind a paywall. And basically, it's just going to be competing with OnlyFans, but not adult focus. There doesn't seem to be an actual statement regarding are adult content actually allowed on Limewire. There are a lot of these adult sites already, and I don't really have like that much of a personal preference here, but I would actually argue that they're probably not going to be doing it. Maybe that's for better, to create actual content that is going to be more tailored towards artists and building out community, which is not going to be all focused on porn, because OnlyFans does allow all types of content, but I believe 98% of that content is actually adult, which is overwhelmingly. So you don't want to have the same problem as there, because that's going to be steering away potential business partners, revenue, blah, blah, blah. And obviously we talked about a bit of that, like the brand value here, that Limewire is fundamentally like a known brand. And there isn't really like that many these old school brands involved in crypto. It's like mostly new stuff. And, I think brand has, it has value. It can bring people back in who used to be like OG users of the original software and stuff like that. And, there are many things revolving around that. And I think it was Radio Shack and things like that, and I think they were coming back with NFT marketplace, and GameStop had their own NFT, but those kind of like failed because they didn't really have a good concept in the first place. And the first mover advantage they talk about the pay-per-view. There isn't really a lot of like pay-per-view crypto services out there, which I remember like, at least top of my head. You have like, I guess you have like things like Float and stuff like that, but they're incredibly unpopular, and a lot of these social media sites in general in crypto are not really very successful and don't really have that sort of like a massive subscriber user base. And there has been a fair amount of signups already for Limewire's platform already, so they have already like good user base. Now here's a bit of like a comparison here. So this is why I talked about OnlyFans, because they kind of also talk about it here. They talk about controlling the privacy protection stuff, consuming the content also on the platform. So you maybe have platforms where people are sharing stuff, but like you may be able to like share out like a track, but it like is like a URL to another domain or something. So you can actually like, play clips and, audio and anything digital basically throughout the Limewire's platform once it's launched. And then there's talk about it's blockchain based. We're going to be talking about that later. And secondary marketplace. So the content you're going to be buying, you can also sell on the place, which is actually very good. And recurring subscription model, basically getting money for the users and the creators. So, let's go into the actual thing. So basically the subscription model will work through as an NFT. And in the past, like what I've always said to people, like people who don't really understand NFTs and crypto, is that NFTs are not just like JPEGs. They're just fundamentally like they're like club membership cards that exist on the blockchain, which cannot be counterfeited. So basically, they are just like a form of a way to show I have the membership, and now let me pass through, or let me interact with this because I have the membership. That's how I always seen the main functionality of NFT. It can prove you that you are owner of something, and hence you will get access to something like an airdrop. You can then get access to some room or something, or it can be many things, okay? And this is what they're going through, is that when you buy a subscription, you're gonna be getting this NFT. And this NFT basically is tradable. And also people who hold these NFTs are actually gonna be getting portion of the revenue that is being, so the people who don't want to like subscribe, or like let's say for $5 a month, they have the opportunity to like pay 10 cents to reveal one post made by that artist. So you don't have to use all your money to basically subscribe to every musician on the platform. You can just like pay 10 cents to Lil Wayne to basically, listen to his track that he has posted on Limewire. So that's kind of like the model that they are going for, and it's kind of clever. And there's like a distribution aspect that kind of plays into the loyal fans are kind of getting portion of those proceedings. How much that will be, who knows, but there will be kind of like a speculative aspect to it, but also they're going to be getting actually paid for holding these NFTs. And then you have the ability to basically sell out those NFTs too. Now, the ownership layer is currently based on Algorand blockchain. Now, that's the first red signal that we are finding in this white paper. I've been pretty adamantly saying that Algorand is a total shit show as a blockchain. Like, the wallets are absolute shitfest to use. The chain is quite dead. It's very VC-esque, and people are dumping like fuck ton. The inflation is sky high, and they had to like change out the CEO. There are so many like things that are wrong with Algorand. I mean, it's kind of cheap and affordable chain to use. I give it that, but like, it's just too VC. It doesn't have a grassroots level and doesn't really have many dApps. And a lot of those dApps which existed, by the way, got like hacked, like Tin Man and etc. So I'm not a big fan of that. But they do talk about like various blockchain ecosystems. So the tokens itself, the Limewire token, will be issued on Ethereum blockchain. So there is a technology and the underlying like philosophical flexibility regarding about not like staying true to just one blockchain. So if Algorand's not working out, it's becoming dead, they can transition away from it and migrate to another blockchain, which is going to be catering to those needs. And here they talk about the pay-per-view. We kind of already went into that. So basically people have the ability to watch content without subscribing to these people on the platform. I don't know if you're able to like post things for free as well. And here's the breakdown. So subscribers, exclusive content only for subscribers, and small and scarcity at its highest. As the creator's popularity grows, so could demand for your rare pieces. So there's going to be like a monthly NFT, and like there's going to be the first month's NFT for Lil Wayne might be valuable down the year, down the line, as more people come in, and they might have more access to those like newer subscription months for like May or whatever. So, you know, the earlier pieces are going to be having more value. Ownership, don't only gain access to consume your favorite collector's unique content, but automatically receive every post as an NFT, making you an owner and allowing you to resell content in the secondary markets. And I believe the artists are also going to be getting royalties from the secondary market sales. Support, consume, and earn. Share in the growth and financial success of your favorite creators through the pay-per-view royalty sharing in Limewire. So as the people are buying these, pay-per-view content, portion of that money goes back to these NFT holders. So there's value of holding these NFTs and not dumping them. So you have a good tokenomics on those NFTs. It depends on, will the value be really good? It really comes to the record labels and the artists and what people are going to be thinking about it, and the high quality of those rewards are going to be. How much value are these people going to be bringing to their subscribers? And the creators grow a community with right incentives, take control of your content, and minimize exploitation and pirating protections are in place, and lifetime revenue on passive income on every time the content is sold, by pay-per-view revenues, and every time the content is accessed. So pay-per-view and also on subscribers, you're going to be make money. I think the Limewire takes 20% of the cut, if I remember right. And here's a bit of a rehash of the ecosystem. So you have the foundation, and the foundation is a DAO. So there's one of the utilities for the token. And basically, those DAO tokens can have the ability to affect on the distribution of Limewire to the artists. They also potentially have a future potential to basically enact a burning mechanism for the token, which would be something that I would want to see. The token supply is 1 billion, FYI. And they talk about the distribution rewards and Limewire buybacks. So buybacks are something you can do for a time being, but I don't think that they're like a permanent solution. But buybacks are really good in the sense that, okay, we can buy back, and then hence the price of the token is going to be going up because we're going to be buying it. So there's going to be incentives to hold. And Limewire Originals, the most exclusive community, and these are the NFTs, by the way, which I talked about earlier. There's 10,000 of them, and these are not the artist NFTs. This is the Originals NFT collection. I think they were sold at like $500, and I sold them at $750 or something. It's $250 of like and these like it can get you basically to like concerts and stuff like that, and that's actually kind of exciting. So there's a lot of value for people who are actually going into like, you know, at one point in my life, like maybe 10 years ago, I used to go to like 10 concerts a year, but nowadays I've basically seen everything that I want, and a lot of the bands actually which I would want to still see probably like broken up, but it's actually like pretty good. And the fans of the holders, you know, pay-per-view revenue, token rewards, and you can also tip the token, obviously, on the platform. Like, oh, this guy did a nice post, I'm going to give you some Limewire tokens. And 80% sale revenue and subscriptions for creators, and lifetime royalties on pay-per-view. And Limewire subscriptions, well, we already went this. So this is anywhere from audio, NFTs, video NFTs, static image content, and live streams probably not. I don't think they're going to be doing live streaming. And Limewire token rewards for active members. So basically being active also on the platform is going to be getting you some tokens by posting and stuff like that. So maybe going to be working kind of like Steemit and Hive. And then there is a bit of a roadmap going into like where they at right now. No, this is not the roadmap part. So basically, once again, there's like a rehash of like all this, how the money basically goes around. So anything that's kind of like a circle, where the money is circulating between different parties and not just going into one endpoint, is always like a good thing. But it really comes down to, is the content really valuable? And I mean, OnlyFans is making billions. So if there's going to be like, you know, some of those musicians that used to publish some stuff on OnlyFans, they're going to be coming to Limewire because it's more socially acceptable. That could be like a big market. I really believe that, and you know, there's a value in that. And here they talk about the technology. They talk about their partners like Algorand. Check out Tatum and Fireblocks. Not really super familiar with them except Fireblocks. And basically, payments in Limewire are possible via credit card, bank transfer, Apple Pay, and external crypto wallets. So that's a good thing. So we are able to pay with Ethereum and Algorand, and also USDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Algo, and Limewire. So basically, you don't even need to use crypto in order to basically pay subscriptions. When they said earlier like 80% revenue, I don't know if that is going to be paid on Limewire or is it going to be on all sales or something. But at least the revenue, the pay-per-view revenue, is going to be paid in Limewire tokens. But subscriptions, I'm not so sure at this point. And asset custody and transfer, so all the NFTs are basically, you know, you can sell them. They're going to be building on the marketplace. I don't know if it's going to be like their marketplace exclusively. I know Algorand has a couple of NFT marketplaces, and those might, by the way, actually boom out a bit later, in case they're going to be allowed to basically sell Limewire stuff there too. I hope they're not going to be a lot of fees here. And there's the Limewire original NFTs, which we talked about. 10,000 of them, and these are going to be like getting a lot of these membership things. And there's this thing called the Limewire Pro Upgrade, and the Pro Upgrade doesn't need to actually pay for these monthly subscriptions to these artists. By holding amount of tokens, actually going to be getting you all the benefits, which is actually good. So that builds out an incentive for the whales to basically just buy the tokens instead of like subscribing individually with the dollars or some other currency on the platform. So as I'm like going through this like thing, you're kind of like understanding that there are clear, good tokenomics in place which build out the incentives to basically hold the Limewire token and buy it in the NFTs and not just like instantly dump the shit. And events and partnerships, and there's also like merch that they're going to be doing, and I really like the new branding of Limewire. Like, even if I'm not going to be using the branding platform, I really like the branding, and I think I could like definitely buy some merch. I'm actually very interested. And Decentralized Music Festival, well, Decentralized is dead, well, but let's hope that they're going to be doing maybe something on like Sandbox or something more relevant. Originals community feed, I'm not really sure what exactly this is. Seems a bit vague. And the community access are given to the original holders, the pro users, and early subscribers are also getting some rewards. And right now, Spotify has 100 million users and Instagram has 50 million. Those are like good competitors, basically, to kind of compare Limewire into in the traditional world, not exactly in the crypto world. We're going to be doing a bit of a crypto comparison later in this video, but let's go on. And he's a bit of a, like talking about the foundation, the DAO, and stuff like that. And now we're getting into the juicy part, the actual token. So we already discussed that it's ERC20 token, and there's going to be, well, here, yeah, actually, this is the first thing. So here is the things. So by having one Limewire token, you can get 8% APR on the rewards and limited community voting rights. Advanced, which is 50,000 tokens, 12% APR, full community voting rights, early access to exclusive merch drops, and the Pro, 15% APR. That's another red signal. That 15% is very high. I think 8% is fine. 15% is really high. Okay, there are a lot of incentives here to hold though, and like, which are going to be discussed later. But basically, like, it's just too much. I understand you really want to incentivize people, but like, and there's a limited supply of this, so the APR maybe like is going to be scaling down down the road, because they're not like printing more tokens over the 1 billion supply. But I think most people are like, the parties might interest them, the pro community feed and the merch drops and stuff like that. So there might be people who are going to be buying the 50,000 tokens and getting all of these things. And the subscribers, you get a subscription for free. That's how I understood if you're a pro. And the Limewire originals actually get... So maybe we have to actually run the math later on. How much of the NFTs are right now compared to 50,000 tokens on the current valuations. It might be cheaper to buy the NFT right now. But let's move on. And basically you are able to pay with Limewire token on the things. So discounts, subscriptions, tip creators, and send direct messages to creators and access paid posts. And creators on Limewire can choose to receive their earnings in either USD or in Limewire tokens. With a lower platform revenue share. Okay, so basically we said 80% revenue share, and that is if you're taking a USD. But if you want to with your share in Limewire tokens, you might get like a 90% share. So there's going to be more incentive to get them in tokens or not. So that's interesting. And activity rewards, we will be implementing reward system to give back to active users and content creators for the legitimate and regular activity on the platform. We don't know the exact breakdown of that, and that's going to be launching a bit later down the line, which is good. So there's not going to be a massive dumping. So like with the basic attention token on Brave, for example, like certain VCs maybe like got fucked by the idea that people were getting the things for free, so they were dumping them constantly, and things like that can happen. Meaning that may be a problem or issue for a lot of people, is that when you give tokens too much away for free for users who are not paying or doing anything of value. I'm not saying not doing value, but they're not really kind of doing anything. They're just going to be dumping them a lot. So hopefully that system is going to be good. And then there's the governance. We already discussed about that. And here is the tokenomics. And this is the third red signal. There is a bit of a high distribution to the VCs and the team. So the private sales, strategic round, and team is 40%. 5% is given to liquidity, and 4% is given to advisors. And the Limewire ecosystem, that is basically the APR, the community system, and the treasuries and all that stuff. So that's a good amount of money is basically there. It could be more. And in this public sale, which we're going to be talking about today, 10% is being sold, which could be also a bit higher. But then again, like, it's good to have platforms where you don't need to be early. Now, this is like a bit concerning that there is that almost 42% of like thing is going to be giving a strategic round, private sale, and the team. It is an issue, but the actual sale is actually very compensatory to that, concern. So the community pre-sale, that's not what we're talking about here today. So some people who were early on, I believe the token, the NFT holders got into this, and they got to buy this at 16 cents. And now in this sale, we can buy it at 20 cents or 30 cents in these two different options. And option number one is you're going to be getting at 20 cents, but there's going to be a 6-month lockup and 6 months linear vesting period. So we're going to be getting our first unlocked event in November. That's when we're going to be getting our first batch, and then that is going to be continuing till, what is it, like May next year. So that would be that in 12 months you're going to be accruing all of them at the price of 20 cents, and then you're going to have the ability to basically have no lockup and buy at 30 cents. Okay? And the important thing is obviously, when does the VCs and everybody else get the money? Now everybody else has a 12-month lockup, and the release is going through 12 to 24 months, especially the team has 24 months. So the good thing about this is, if you're going to be going with option 1 with 20 cents, you don't have to worry about the VCs dumping because they don't have any money to begin with. So basically, the artists are the only ones that have some money to dump on the beginning, alongside with the people who are going to be choosing option 1 or option 2. So this is actually very ideal. We don't have to compete with the lockups of the VCs and the team. So that's a very bullish sentiment, in my opinion. That was kind of like the thing that sold me on this sale. So in case, well, to be clear here, I am going to be investing on this token, but I have not decided how much yet. Now, there doesn't seem to be any like, and also the community presale has no lockup, and the release is going to be in 3 months. So you don't have to worry about the presale, guys, if you're going to be going for the 30-cent valuation, and you're just going to be getting instantly the money at the 30 cents, which is good. So both options are very viable, but given the fact that Bitcoin halving is happening on summer, the real top price for Limewire token is probably going to be happening after that. So in 24 or something. So I think the 6-month deal is really ideal here. And that's what I'm really leaning towards too. If I have the option to go for both, I might probably do that. I would go 50-50 on these, or maybe 20% on 30 cents and then 80% on 20 cents. That would be my breakdown. So in case people are like couples here or something, if you wanna allocate your money on the both plans, you do separate KYCs, or I don't know if you're actually able to buy both of them. So this is very good. And here is a bit of the milestones, the things that they already done. So they talked about, I think I said Warner earlier. It's actually Universal that's going to be partnered. Even better. I like Universal more. And the private sale happened on April last year, and the Limewire originals were on June, and the marketplace was launched. I don't know how popular it is right now. It's not going to be the big thing about this platform, obviously. It's going to be the creator platform, which is going to be competing with as a really good OnlyFans alternative, because none of the other OnlyFans alternatives, by the way, have no brand value whatsoever, or not like brand recognition, I mean. And yeah, they already had like a couple of those NFT drops. I remember got one of those, and they had the festival, blah, blah, blah. And in the future, they're going to be having the pre-sale happen on February. I wonder what was the eligibility for that. I probably would have bought in it if I knew about it. And Limewire membership platform launch is going to be on, or happened already apparently. The BOP6 sale, the merch store is going to be happening in Q1. Governance voting is going to be happening in Q2. And now you're going to be paying for subscriptions and NFTs with Limewire in Q2 as well. In Q3, the Limewire rewards are happening, which is also very important, guys, because the users can dump on you. And inaugural Limewire original party pay-per-view release in Q4. Kind of a bit too late. I wish they would have, scheduled a bit later. And booster rewards. So people who are actually going to be holding the tokens are also going to be getting some type of an airdrop, based on my understanding. Now, when it comes to the team, European-based, which is good, and there's only one woman in the team, so that's bullish signal. Only one woman, and one woman can't take the company down. So most of the big guys are actually men, which is very good. And there's some of the investors involved. We already kind of talked about those. Algorand, Universal Group. Tatum I'm not really familiar with. And there are some people here already, manager of the Wu-Tang Clan, and you know, some big things. And that's pretty much it. Now, the last thing we're going to be talking about is the valuation. Obviously, because we have to assess what is the market cap going to be for this project, 1 billion supply. And obviously, we're going to be using a frame of reference here for a token that is a music token called Audius. And Audius is like the most biggest music token right now. And to be fair, Audius is not Limewire. It's not having the same brand recognition. And truly, because of that, I do think that the valuation of Limewire is going to be higher than Audius. And Audius used to be actually valued a lot higher. How much are we down? Holy shit, this was almost $5. Okay, $5, damn it. I should have sold it at the top, but well, mistake is a mistake. But that's a good reference here. So what possibly could be like $1 valuation for this token, for Audius even, is like very doable. And it is also for Limewire. And sadly we can't like do a really comparison here, but let's say what is a top 100 token is currently valued. This is 1.4x. So it would be 43 cents to get into top 100. I think it's very doable, guys, that this could be going into 50 cents at least in the beginning. So this is going to be a 2x investment. At least you're going to be getting the 20 cents valuation, I think. And that's I'm lowballing it here, guys. Audius doesn't have the same musicians involved in their platform as the Limewire token has. Just saying. So really, in the end of the day, we have to understand that there's the brand recognition here. There are incentives in place for hold the token, for APR, for exclusivity and these pro features, and also tipping and buying subscriptions, yada yada yada. So they're good, solid tokenomics. Only thing that is missing is the burn, which can be activated through the governance if they really want to pursue that. Only problems that I really see here is that what type of platform will it be? Will it be only musicians there? And because even if it's free, like you can do whatever, there's always going to be something that's going to be sticking out as the major thing. And then the second thing is when these payments are going to be happening is that they're going to be clocking the network if they're going to be paying all the artists in Limewire tokens all the time. And people are withdrawing their Limewire tokens from the platform in Ethereum. But they're going to be doing some type of layer 2 solution for this. I'm sure of it. So that's really like a very small non-issue, at least that's like a more technicality, not really related to this token sale. But I think this is like a very solid 2x guaranteed token sale. And I'm like very excited about this. So, and as I said, you have like a 7 days to do the KYC, rough about good amount of time. Even if you're not going to go with the KYC, you can still participate on the referral program and win Limewire tokens, so $30 free. So which actually can go up. I've almost forgot that. So that's also a good investment, because I don't know if this valuation of time that is valued at 30 cents. Okay, so 30 cents valuation at these prices. So I mean, yeah. But my end verdict is that it's not like this super killer project which is going to be going 10, 15x, but 2, 3, 4x is definitely on the table. I think dollar valuation is definitely on the table or more during the very bull peak cycle. The valuation can go more. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to be doing more content probably in the future, and make sure to subscribe and like, and obviously sign up for the airdrop through my link, and I will be seeing you next time on the next review. Cheers.